I have 33 books that I still didn't haul. Probably know that I said, I'm not gonna be buying any more books and I'm going to be reading what I have. And yeah, that didn't happen. Well, it did for a month and then it just stopped happening. I did try to not buy as many books still, so I don't have as many books as I did in the first quarter, and it's been a longer time, so I accumulated less books in a longer period of time. That's good. Still, I'm not really happy that I didn't read that many books as I bought. I have 36 unread books out of all the books that I bought this year, and I bought a lot of books this year, like 70, and having 36 of those 70 to be unread it's quite a number. And I have to say, until the end of the year, I'm not going to be buying any books that aren't part of the series or aren't books that I need for my college, for my university course. All else can wait. I have so many to get through. But let's just start. I have a pile of bigger books and I have a pile of smaller books, of paperbacks. So let's just start with paperbacks. First I have Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. You probably know what Lolita is, but I started reading this book very long time ago in Croatian, and then because it was borrowed, I had to give it back. And then I didn't read it until the end, and now I have it. So I really want to read this book very, very much. So I hope that I will be able to read it in the next few months. Well, all of these I hope I will be able to read it in the next few months, but that's just not realistic. Then I have Cursed Bread by Sophie Mackintosh. I didn't like this one, I read it, so let's just move on. The Capital of Dreams by Heather O'Neill. Another one that I felt meh about. I read it in one of my vlogs, I believe before summer even started. I read it as soon as I got it because I was really excited about this book. But it was good. It was like a historical fiction with a bit of a magic realism elements. Nothing special. Then I have Jawbone by Monica Ojeda. This one I'm currently reading, as you can see. But I went to Netherlands, and when I was coming back from Netherlands, I had to take a bus that lasted 23 hours. So in those 23 hours, I read a book and a half, which is not that much, but still, I was dead when I came home. I was deceased. I was so tired. I started reading Jawbone then, and I just didn't continue still because I had to read so many other things, but I have to continue it. I hope I will continue it, today, yeah. Then I have If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English by Noor Naga. Very excited about this book. Also heard that audiobook was really good, so I think I'm going to be reading it and listening to audiobook at the same time. But yeah, I'm just really excited about this one. I heard so many great things. Then I have Orbital by Samantha Harvey. Another book that I didn't like that much. It was fine. It was not the best, and I felt it was really repetitive. It had an interesting kind of experimental writing style. I gave it 3 stars, I think. Then I have a book that I don't know what this book is about. It's by Nick Hornby. It's called High Fidelity. I never heard about this author. I never heard about this book, and I got this book in that blind date with a book thing when I was in Amsterdam. I always feel like the books that are in it are never books that you hear about that much. Although last time I did get Rosemary's Baby, and that's pretty famous work. From what I then searched about this author, I think he's pretty popular as well, just not in the genre that I usually read. So I'm interested in reading something completely new, and I don't know what to expect from it. Then I have The Safekeep by Yael van der Woeden. I really enjoyed this book. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cozy and cute and family-oriented, but it also tackled some difficult topics, and I just had a good time reading this one. And as I said, I read it whilst I was in Netherlands, and this book takes place in Netherlands, so that was a big plus. Then I have Greta and Walden by Rebecca K. Riley. I already talked about this book so much, I'm always recommending it. This is a 5-star book for me, and I got it in the midst of reading it because I was reading an ebook of this book, and then I got it, and then I just continued reading it, and I just loved it so much. It was so heartwarming, this book, and I don't know, I just want to reread it so soon again. Then I have The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, another horror that is quite popular. It was quite popular last year, and I heard so many good things about it. I really want to give it a go. Then I have Stonier the Devotional by Charlotte Wood, another Booker Prize book from the last year's Booker Prize. I think I will try to read all of them that were shortlisted because I already read half of them, so I forgot what this one is about. I think it's about a woman who is renewing her old house, like she's trying to rebuild it or trying to clean it up, something. We're just looking at her doing that, well, reading about her doing that. I'm not sure what else is in this book, but I really want to read it, as every other book on this list. Oh, then I have Supplication by Noor Abi Nakol. This is my lowest rated book on my physical shelves. It has a really low rating on Goodreads, but I heard from people that I trust in recommendations that this book was really good and that I would probably like. It's very foggy and you do not know what is real, what is not, or is the narrator trustworthy or anything like that. So I do plan to read it soon as well. Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. I like Coco Malors' Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I wanted Blue Sisters in this cover, so I waited until I could find this cover for it, and now I have it. I think one sister dies, the other three have to deal with it, and then they get together. The synopsis of this kind of reminds me of Hello Beautiful, because it also follows four sisters. I think both of the stories, I know Hello Beautiful is, but potentially this one as well, is inspired by Little Women. I don't know, but it kind of sounds like it could be. So yeah. Tear by Erica McKean. There's a woman who has a room in a basement, and then one day the door just disappears and she can't get out, I think. I think that's the synopsis of this book. Don't know anything else about it though. But again, it was recommended by somebody who I trust with recommendations, so I am willing to give it a go. Brainworms by Alison Rumfitt. Look at this cover. It is so beautiful. I love it. It's so disgusting. And the book is disgusting as well. Yeah, I read it, and I liked it a lot. It was really disgusting, and I have to say, if you want to read it, read the trigger warnings. It's so disgusting that author is at some parts talking to you directly as a reader and telling you, okay, if that was disgusting for you, you need to put the book down and then just give yourself a bit of a rest, and then you can continue it because it's going to get a lot more disgusting. But it had a reason for it being that disgusting, and I really liked it. I think about this book a lot. Sour Cherry by Natalie Theodoridou, another cover that I absolutely love. Even it has little cherries and behind. I don't think that's called the behind. This story is inspired by Bluebeard's wife story, which I never read the original one. It tackles domestic violence and abuse in this very fairy tale like setting. So it's kind of fairy tale-y, but also quite terrifying in psychological way. And I did like it. Then I have She's a Lamb by Meredith Hambrock. I don't remember that much about this book. I remember I was really excited when I read the synopsis of this book, and I think it's about an actress who really wants to be part of a play or something like that. I'm not sure if it's a horror. I think it's kind of between literary fiction and horror. I think it's psychological as well. But I just love the cover of this book so much. So I'm really excited about it. So next one I have Shy Girl by Mia Ballard. This is a self-published version. I snatched it up just before they took it off. A publishing house decided that they want to publish this author, so it has a new cover and it will be published next year, and I feel April, and I do like that cover as well a lot. So if I like this book, potentially maybe I would want another cover of it. I heard it's terrifying, it looks really cute, but inside it's very terrifying and sad, and a woman who doesn't really have money, so she goes on a sugar daddy website and she finds herself a sugar daddy, and then he asks her to act like his dog, so she acts as his dog. The last one of those little books is The Lamb by Lucy Rose. It's a cannibalism book about a mother and daughter living somewhere near the woods or in the woods, and when people come in the woods, they kind of take them so they don't have to be outside if they get lost. They kind of take them in and then they eat them. I think it is about mother-daughter relationship. We did all the smaller books, like the smaller paperbacks. Now we have hardbacks and bigger paperbacks, and the first one is Audition by Katie Kitamura. This book is shortlisted for this year's Booker Prize. I was so excited when I found out it was shortlisted for it. I read only 2 books by now from a list of Booker Prize books, and one was not shortlisted, which is good because I didn't like it. But this one was shortlisted and I really enjoyed this one a lot, so I think I even want to reread it quite soon. It's a very short book, as you can see, and I had a really good time reading it, and it was something different than what I expected. It kind of plays with like theater and a novel, and having a novel being like a theater play, and I just loved it so much. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I really recommend it a lot. The Butcher's Daughter, The Hitherto Untold Story of Mrs. Lovett by David Demchuk and Corinne Leigh Clark. Really wanted to have this book because Sweeney Todd is one of my favorite musicals, and I love the movie, and I just wanted to have a book. So I don't know if this is going to be happening before or after. I don't remember the synopsis. If it's going to happen after, I don't know how it's going to go. Then I finally got a book that's been on my TBR. I don't even know how long. Like, it must have been 3 years at least, and that is Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark. I wanted to read this book for so long, and then I just never got it, and now I got it because it's a bit expensive and it's really tiny. I think I will like this book a lot. Another book that I think I will like a lot is Pan by Michael Clune, but this is in a complete different direction. This should be very satiric and funny, I think. It looks like it should be. I love the cover as well. I mean, look at it. I also said that I like this cover when I talked about this book in one of my anticipated reads. It's about a boy who thinks that he's a descendant of a Greek god, and I don't remember which one. Is it Dionysus? I just really wanted to read it and to get this book because of the cover looks amazing. Then I have Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. At first I heard a lot of people saying that this was amazing and that they really liked it. Then when it came out, there were some mixed reviews of people, some people really liking it, some people really thinking it was meh. I feel like I have right expectations of this book. It's a bit of a romantasy, and I don't read a lot of romantasy, so I want to read this one. Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. I didn't read Atlas 6 by her. I did read Masters of Death, that's how it's called. And that one was a bit all over the place. The beginning was great, the ending was a bit falling apart, and I didn't really understand it. Olivia Blake has writing style that, although it's not, her writing style isn't hard to understand, but for some reason I'm just always having difficulties with reading it. And I always have to be very in it. I always have to be very focused to understand the sentences. I do not know why. I started reading this book and then I was just, you know what, I cannot read this book right now. I just finished another very fantasy huge series. It's like a sibling thing, and they are fighting for who is going to inherit the company, and are they magical? I don't know if they're magical, but I think they're all really unlikable, which I like. Then I have the second book in Fate Inked in Blood, and that is Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel Jensen. Fate Inked in Blood I had fun with. It's like inspired by Vikings. I felt it was a bit of a surface level because I feel like the author watched the series Vikings and then just, okay, so we're going to have this scene and we need this scene, and then we're going to have this kind of scene. So, but I had a fun time with it, and it's a duology, so I really wanted to pick the second book up so I can wrap it up and I can finish it. I hope it's a duology. It's supposed to be duology. I don't like when authors put out a book and then they're, oh, it's going to actually be a series. So I hope this one is just duology. This is a bit embarrassing because I bought a whole series. I don't usually buy the whole series until I read at least the first book. I did for this because I really like the covers and I was scared that the original covers are not going to be in stock anymore, so I wanted to buy them. Also, I'm thinking of potentially doing a video where I'm trying to read romance books or this series in particular, just because I feel like I could like it and it's not completely romance centered and it's very like Gossip Girl, and I liked Gossip Girl. I bought first Magnolia Parks and the last one, and I already hold them, but these are the three in the middle. So another Magnolia Parks and two Daisy Hates. I really like these covers a lot, and if I don't like them, I will be able to give away complete series to somebody. So, but I hope I will have fun time with them. Then I have Sunrise on the Reaping by Susanna Collins. It follows Haymitch. You probably heard about it. A lot of people are saying that it's really good. I wanted to buy it because Haymitch is my favorite character from Hunger Games, so I want to read about his Hunger Games. I don't know what to expect of it. Is it like a YA still, or is it a bit more adult? Hunger Games is one of my favorite series of all time, and it's my first series that I ever read, so I have a special place in my heart for it, and I am always willing to read books from that series and watch movies. Although Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes I still have not read or watched. But if I like this one, then I will probably get that one as well. Friends of the Museum by Heather McGowan, another cover that is just immaculate, don't you think? I think this book takes place in the museum and something is happening in the museum. Don't ask me anything else about this book because I don't remember. I remember when I read the synopsis, I really wanted to read this book. I was really excited about this book, so I bought it, and it has an amazing cover. That's the other reason why I bought it. The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling. Starving. I'm sorry. Starving by Starling, yeah. Didn't hear the best things about this book, sadly. I heard that it was a bit boring to some people and some people didn't really like it. I still want to read it really bad. It takes place in like Middle Ages, and there's this siege of a castle happening and everybody in the castle are kind of, well, they can't get out of it. So they start to praying to the saints and then saints help them. Now they have a lot of food and they are constantly orgying. It's another very you do not know what's real, what's not type of situation, and I always am in for those, so yeah. Then I have Ordinary Saints by Neve Milan. This one is a literary fiction, I think, and I think it follows people. I really don't remember what this one is about, but I really think it's going to be good. And then I have Pig by Matilda Pretesi. I talked about this book already, and I read this book, and I really enjoyed it very much. So yeah, I am recommending this book again, a book that I didn't hear a lot of people talking about, but it was really good and heartwarming, and the main character is so likable. I think that she's the most likable main character that I've ever read about, and I just felt so proud of her, and it's just a really nice book. And it's about something that I don't read that often, and it's like a toxic friendship. You often have books about toxic relationships, romance relationship, but I don't read very often about toxic friendships, which could also happen, and I think it was an important book, and I really, really liked it a lot. I'm sorry, I completely forgot that I have one more little book. That is Mirror Heaven by Rebecca Roanhorse, because this is like a third one in the series, and I read it as well, and I talked about it. So yeah, I hold this one as well. Oh my god, I forgot about two others as well. So there were actually 4 more books that I have that I didn't talk about. The first one is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El Mokhtar and Max Gladstone. I read this book 2 years ago and I didn't like it that much, but I always wanted to reread it and to see how I would feel about it now, because I did still think it was really interesting, the premise of the book and how it was written. So I really wanted to reread it at some point and have it. So I got it, and now I have it, and now I can reread it, and I got it. It's like a second hand, so I didn't really pay that much for it. The other one that I got second hand is Creation book. It's Boys Pornography by Goran Tribuson. It's a lot bigger than I thought it's going to be, but I want to get more into reading my own nation's books, like books in my own language and books by authors that are from Croatia, by Croatian authors. I've been anticipating reading them. I still have not read them, but I've been anticipating. I bought one this month, and I bought it for €5, so that's not a lot. And it's another one that I talked about. It's Sladostrašće by Asja Bakic. This book is translated in English, so if you think this could be something that you like, I think, yeah, try to read it in English, because I know bigger part of my audience is not Croatian speaking. But yeah, Sladostrašće, I talked about this book. It's a short story collection, feminist short stories, weird. As you can see, the cover has more color than I ever seen in my entire life. I really wanted to have it because I wanted to read it for my book club, to see if I can pick it from my book club, and now I can read it. The last one that I have, my dad bought for me. We went to his friend signing party. His friend is an author. We went to see what this book is about and hear him talk about it. And the book is called Gamat by Franjo Janeš. It's an AI book. I believe it's about a man who is competing with an AI to see who can write a better short story. I think the premise sounds really interesting, and then it has all of these short stories in the book, so I like that as well. So yeah, that's the last one, I hope. I think that's the last one. I think I talked about all of them now. And yeah, there's a lot. I read some of them. Most of them I still have not read, but I do plan to at some point. And I will let you know how they are going to be. There's one thing, though, my birthday's coming up in like, 15 days. My birthday's less than 15 days. I don't know when my birthday is, but it's coming up. I know I will be getting some books for my birthday. I always get some books for my birthday. But also, at the same time as my birthday, every year there's this big book fair in Zagreb that's called Interliber. I always go to it and I always buy at least one book, so I'm going to give myself that. If I want something from that fair, or if I get something for my birthday, it's not my fault that I got a book, but I will give that to myself. And also, if I have to finish a series, I'm going to buy a book in the series, or a manga that I am currently reading that is Promised Neverland, and I am collecting it for 2 years already. But other than that, I am going to be focusing a lot more on my physical reads, because I have a lot of them. I think currently I have about 407-ish books physically, and I think out of those 130-ish to 40-ish aren't read. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!